All right, kind of like number 19, number 20 is a classic SAT question. It's testing a topic that they really like in a way that most people just like, it's completely over their heads. They don't notice what's going on, and they miss something that's actually really easy and really obvious if you practice. You will see this question on many of your practice tests if you can practice consistently. So it looks like we've got some weird information. It also looks like it's a point of intersection, right? We've got all these different equations. My math instinct might tell me to solve for u and solve for t and then plug them into this final thing that they want, and we'll get a final value. However, on the SAT, kind of like in question 19, there are places where it doesn't really make sense for us to solve for the variable, either because it's inefficient or because it's just downright impossible. We could solve for u and t here. It's just inefficient. Because what we really want to see is that this u squared minus t squared that they gave us is actually one of those examples of dots. We saw this earlier in the same section. Difference of two squares factoring, okay? It's a special factoring situation that the SAT just loves. I don't know why, but it comes up again and again and again. And the rule is that we can factor this into two terms by taking the square root of each term and, well, let's just do that. Square root of u squared is u, and the square root of t squared is t, and one gets a plus, one gets a minus. That's the rule. And the reason we can do this is that it's a difference, meaning subtraction, of two squares, two things that we can easily take the square root of. And now that's pretty convenient because the whole thing that we wanted was u minus t, and now we've redone this to u plus t, u minus t. And we break it apart like this, we see that we have all those pieces, right? U minus t is given to us as 2. So those are just 2's. And u plus t was also given to us in the question, so that's just a 5. So we're just doing 2 times 5 times 2, which is 20. And that's the whole thing. So keep practicing. Keep looking for this. If you find that you're stuck on a question that involves squares, this might be the way out of that problem. It comes up on a lot of really confusing looking algebra questions. So don't be surprised if you run into this again on hard math questions in the SAT. They really like difference of two squares factoring because it's just one of those things that like slips by people. They learn it in school and they kind of just forget about it. So I'm going to file this one under memorize formulas. This difference of two squares thing is kind of formulaic, and it lets us very quickly turn this weird looking thing into just a simple multiplication problem. So memorize this. It'll help you in the future.